Hi there, welcome to another edition of Modern Retro Review, and in this video I'm going to be taking a look at a Commodore 64 game called Endless Forms Most Beautiful. As you can see from this very nicely drawn title screen, it's also got some music in the background. You could consider this the loading screen if you like, although the game won't load until I press a key or a joystick button to do so. So this game was released on the Commodore 64 6 years ago in 2019, so an older homebrew game. It was coded by Ricky B80. With the title screen and graphics by John Henderson, and the music was by NM156, presumably not his real name, and the same for Ricky B80, I imagine. So anyway, it's based on a Spectrum game. I'm not sure exactly when that came out, but this version, well, let's just press space and move on to the actual title screen. It should load up in a second. So as I was saying, this game originally came out on the Spectrum, I think, well, I'm guessing before 2012, because this version is based on the 2012 PC remake of the game by Loco Molito, as it says here on the title screen, and the original game was by Dave Hughes. So here we've got the title screen with a high score of 83 on it, and the actual name of the game in a nice colourful rainbow style text. There's some bubbles coming up from below it as well, that's nice. And again, it's got all the credits for the code, music and title screen and graphics, as I've already mentioned. So let's just press a button and get on with actually playing the game. Nice presentation so far though. So as you can see, you've got multiple options. You've got player one as Mobius. There's two characters, Mobius and Pucky. So you've got two one-player modes where you can play as those. Two players. There's also a simultaneous two-player mode. Obviously I won't be doing that because I'm sat here on my own playing this game. And also there's a versus mode where you play against each other. I don't really know how that works. Maybe whoever gets the highest score on a level wins the level or something like that. There's also F5 for options. You can have sound effects only or music and sound effects, but not music only, which is interesting. So that's it for the options. I'm obviously going to play a single player game. What I'm going to do is play one game as Mobius and then another as Pucky, just to show the differences. I don't think there's anything significantly different that I'm aware of from the quick plays I've already had of the game, but let's play the first mode and find out. Okay, so at the start of each level you're told which endless forms you've got to collect. Here you've got to collect a parim, which has a habitat of sandcastles. The temper is explosive, it eats crayons, and the status is vulnerable. Although I think vulnerable is spelt wrong there. Vulnerable? I don't know. That doesn't seem quite right for something. Oh yeah, the A and the R are the wrong way around there, aren't they? Anyway, let's get on with the game. So the idea of the game is you play this character at the top left here, Mobius, and you've got to collect the little endless forms, the forms basically. Oh, I've blown myself up. Which are the little icons. You can see little graphics that are there on the screen. And as I walk over them, they disappear. Now what you can do is move between levels in a couple of different ways. So one thing is, if you're standing on a platform, you can use it to move up or down. And you can also walk off the edge of a level or floor and onto the next floor down. And you can also do that by going the opposite way, and you'll come off the other end of the screen there. So sometimes when you collect a thing, you will reveal some kind of weapon. As you've seen a couple of times already, there's bombs included in that. There's also a clock which allows you to freeze the characters, the enemies. You can't kill the enemies in any way other than with things that you pick up. You've got no weapons of your own to speak of. The time is starting to get a bit crazy now because I've been messing about talking, but I'm not far off completing it. I'm not going to get a bonus on this stage, but that's okay. At the moment, I'm just trying to demonstrate what goes on. So there you go, I've cleared the first level. So once you've collected all the endless forms, then you move on to the next level. And here you can see another little pixelated character. Habitat is a bread bin case, apparently. Temper jovial, eats pepperoni pizza, and the status is localized, but it doesn't really matter because they're all exactly the same, in as much as nothing really changes in terms of they don't interact with your character in any way that I'm aware of. They're just there. So here you can see straight away, I've picked up an invulnerability power up, by the way, that we've got some different enemies to deal with. We've now got tanks that fire bullets at you, so you've got to be careful not to get in their way when they're pointing towards you, or they'll shoot you. Ooh, I got killed. I've nearly collected all the thingies. Started at the top, which is a bit annoying because I really need to get quite far down now. So just get these two and then drop down there and collect that one. That's a level completed. I actually got some time left that time. And that gets added onto your score, which is otherwise pretty minimal. I think it's just 1 point per thing that you pick up. And you might also lose points for being killed and things like that. I'm not entirely sure. So again, we've got another different kind of enemy here. There's like a thing that when you're on the same level as it runs at you really quickly, as you can see there. Let's just get that clock there. It allows me to get some of these other things. Although not that one there. Let's just rush and get that quickly there. Oh, that's another bomb. So let's get down there. Got some invulnerability there as well, which is nice. There's some spikes at the bottom here, which could be a little bit annoying. In fact, they're going to pop up any second if I'm not careful. So, oh no! Keep forgetting that you can only move up and down when you're standing on one of those platforms and not. Oh, I need to go up there and then stand here, get in the right position. Wait for this thing to go the opposite way. I'm going to not get any points again here. Just collect that. Oh, I just did it. Oh, in fact, did I just top up my time? I did, and I got 20 points as a result of that. So again, another creature here. Habitat boots, temper angry, eats glass, so on. I don't know if those are randomly generated. Oh, no. Okay, so this is where it gets more difficult still now, because you've now got like a snake going down the level. So you've really got to time things correctly to avoid that snake, otherwise it just runs into you. So you can see it coming back up the screen here. So what I want to do really is stand at this end, wait for it to come along, there we go, and then drop down. And then while it's doing its thing down at the top end of the level, I can try and get as much stuff as possible from at the bottom and then flip around and go back up. Here it comes again. Ooh. There we go, that's worked out okay actually. Did better than I thought I would there. But here it comes again, and it's got me because it moves really, really quickly. So I've got an invulnerability power up there. It's going to be handy because that'll allow me to complete the level. And on we go to another one. I think I've got 4 lives left. It's pretty frantic, this. You don't get much time to think. I haven't even talked about the graphics and sound yet, but graphics are... They've still got a little bit of a spectrum-y look, especially your main character sprites. I don't know what this blob does. I've not seen that before. Oh, okay. It moves between levels. Okay. So, yeah, it's got a little bit of a spectrum look in terms of the main character sprite and also the actual sort of floors that you walk along. But obviously, you can also see that it's got. Ooh, no, I'm going to die there. You can also see that it's got nicely drawn enemy sprites, which are... This is going to be nice. Nice power up here. Enemy sprites, which are multicoloured and very much Commodore 64 looking. So a bit of a mixed bag with the graphics, but they're very nice, cute, nicely animated. And on we go to another level. I've not got too many lives left, so it's probably not going to last too much longer, as it's also getting quite frantic now. And the other thing to mention, they've obviously got sound effects which do what sound effects do, and they're pretty decent. Oh, the spikes there. But the other thing to mention is the background music, which this right now is a version of Walk This Way by Aerosmith, or Run DMC if you like. And on other levels, I think there's a Pink Floyd tune possibly, and I'm not sure what else, but yeah, so there's a bit of a variation of little background tunes done in a very much a Sid style. Ooh. Oh no, I just run at me, invulnerability just ran out, and that's game over. So I finished that, did pretty well there, got to level 6, got 146 points, got a new high score in fact. It's that time again where I say thank you to all my channel members, whose names you can see here in my Supporters Hall of Fame. If you're enjoying this video and would like to join these fine folks and support my efforts, why not become a member yourself? For a monthly fee starting from just 99p, you can get access to the special membership perks shown on screen, and more besides. If you're interested, then please click on the join button below this video for more information. So back to the title screen, what I'm going to do now is just play as the other character and show how it varies ever so slightly, and that'll probably do it for this video. So let's move on and pick the correct option. So I'm going to play as Pucky, who is more of a like elfish looking character. So once again, you've got things to collect. This is Garen, whose habitat is a 1702 monitor. Shy, eats souls, and is localized. But again, they're just little things to pick up. So yeah, I think this is a Pink Floyd tune, isn't it? I think it's Money by Pink Floyd. But I could be wrong. If I am, then let me know in the comments. So I'm just trying to make my way through the level as quickly as possible. As you'll have seen, enemies do respawn. Oh, that's an annoying place to have stopped the clock there, or made the things move around. Oh, stop moving around, I should say. Oh, that was close. There we go. That's going to get that level completed a lot quicker than I did the first one. So the main thing you'll notice is the colour scheme is different for the platforms that you're walking along, and also you start on the top right instead of the top left. Don't really know why, but you do. It doesn't really matter one way or another, does it? Back up to the top. I don't use the wraparound very often, because I find what happens is I'll wrap around and forget that there's an enemy coming from the level above. Ooh. Although in that case, that worked out really usefully. Ooh. In fact, it worked out really usefully again, so perhaps I should be doing that more often. Oh, I've missed one. I wasn't expecting that. There we go, it did it. And I think that topped up the time again, so I got a load of points. So I can only imagine what this is like as a two-player simultaneous mode. Actually, is this one Pink Floyd? I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is definitely Pink Floyd. But again, let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. Ooh, this thing's chasing after me. So yeah, I don't really have a great deal else to say about the game. It's a fun little game. I like it. Ooh, I didn't realise you could use that to drop down to basically the floor above, or the top level. Ooh, that's nice. Again, I've done that level really well. Either I'm getting better at this, or it's just pure luck. That's another level completed. Graphics wise, this version's pretty much the same, although this is nice. The little sort of grassy platforms, I haven't noticed those before. Oh, this thing's coming after. Oh, I've got invulnerability again. Got lucky there. Seems to be getting quite lucky on this playthrough, more so than the previous levels. Previous attempt. Oh no, that was stupid though. I was thinking about waiting until that thing came down and then forgot. So yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of things moving around. It's pretty frantic. So you've got to think about what you're doing pretty quickly. Topped up the time again there, I think. I'm getting a much bigger score this time than I did on the previous game, and also I've still got 8 lives. Is that? Oh, I wasn't expecting that either. I was expecting to come out on the level below rather than come to the one above, which is actually at the bottom. It's quite mind-bending, this. You really have to, like I say, keep moving, try and react correctly to the things that are going on the screen, but that's easier said than done. Oh no, like that was stupid. Sometimes panic sets in and you do things that you probably shouldn't. This is nice though again. I've got much left to collect. Ooh. That's why I don't like wrapping around the screen very much, because I tend to do that a lot, which is just to wrap it straight into something that's on the level above. So, still going, still got 6 lives. Seems like more lives than I had in the first playthrough, but I'll carry on with it. Oh, okay, we've got enemies that wrap around on this level. Ooh. So I think I've heard all the different tunes that it plays now. It seems like we're getting repetition of the tunes. got invulnerability again, so I'm going to try and max that out. Oh, well, I did it again. I jumped straight into a spike just as my invulnerability ran out. It's a bit of a shame. Oh, spikes got me again. The same set of spikes got me. So all I've got to do here is run off the side of this screen, but I can't because... Oh, what am I doing? Oh no, I'm standing there waiting to be killed. All of a sudden my lives are being used up dramatically quickly. So I know what I want to do here. I want to just run off the side of this screen here. Oh, it's come back the other direction. Wow. Okay, I'm going to try and just work my way down instead. Trying to wrap around just doesn't seem to be working. There we go. Finally. It's taken 4 lives to get that final collectible at the bottom there. So on we go to another level with some more enemies that I don't think I've seen before. These are cute though, aren't they? It's not in the gameplay style, but it's definitely got that cute bubble bobble Taito platformer style vibe to it. It's an extra life there. Maybe that's... Where the hell have I gone? Oh, there I am. I was lucky because I didn't know where I was then. Yeah, so these enemies don't seem as challenging as some of the... Oh no, I've done it again. I've wrapped around onto the level above and lost where I was. Oh god, no. Oh, what's good? Oh, okay, they can grab you. Okay, that's what's dangerous about these enemies, is they can get you. They can run into you and get you. No, no. Making me get a bit further away before I go in there and get that. Get that. Up there for that one, and another level cleared. I'm quite pleased with my progress in this game, but I do only have 1 life left, so it's not going to last too much longer. Let's just see how I get on here. I'm not going to think... Oh, okay, that's something new. We've now got conveyor rollers in the middle of the screen, which is going to make life a little bit more difficult again. Although we've gone back to fairly simplistic enemies, so it's adding more complexity, but also giving you a chance by making the enemies less challenging, and then presumably it'll build up to have more challenging enemies again. Oh no, that's where you're going to come unstuck there, isn't it? And that's game over. Stuck on those rollers, you can't get away from the bullets that those tanks fire. But anyway, I'm pretty happy with that. I got to level 8 with that character, 310 points, which is a new high score. Doesn't seem massive reward for playing through 8 levels, which is quite stressful, but there we go. That's going to be it for this review. I like that game a lot. It's just my kind of thing, as you'll know if you've seen me do lots of reviews in the past. I do love a single screen platformer, and although it's not a typical platformer, you can't jump for example, you actually just push up and down to move between platforms. It's got some nice game mechanics, nice graphics, cute sort of style to them, you know, power-ups and things like that, good sound and music. So yeah, really nice game. I was aware of it before I played it, but this was the first time I played it for this video, so pretty impressed with that. Wouldn't be too surprised if that ends up on my top 10 new games that I've played this year when I get to the end of the year, but we'll see how the rest of the year goes. It's only sort of end of May, so you never know. So with that, thanks very much for watching the video. If you've got any thoughts about the game, then please let me know in the video comments, and I'll be back with another modern retro review sometime in the near future, or some other kind of retro gaming content in the meantime as well. So once again, thanks very much for watching, and until the next time, see ya! Oh, but I forgot to mention that you can download this game for free from itch.io, and you can do so by clicking on the link that I will put in the pinned comment. And once again, I will say, see ya!